I live in beautiful Hawaii. We grew up in Colorado most of our life. I'm sort of the adventure athlete of the family, the daredevil in a way. As Beverly said, whenever I'm not, inside, I'm usually outside skydiving, hiking, base jumping, being in the ocean, surfing. There's a lot to do out here in Hawaii. It's pretty much vacation every single day. And before COVID times, whenever we were allowed to travel, I did a lot of traveling around the world. I've been all over Europe. I've been to quite a few different places in Indonesia. So traveling's always been a really big passion of mine, as well as just skydiving and really just being outside, doing whatever I can. So what I'm going to do today is just get into like 3 different categories of essential oils and products that I really love and that I use on the day-to-day basis for me personally. And so one thing that I want to start off with is by just saying that oils are no longer this, old person hippie thing. Young people are getting more educated and seeking alternatives to Western medicine every single day. So basically, in my mind, there's never been a generation such as young people whoever had the education for just realizing what sort of nasty things we're, consuming in our food, as well as the products we have around our house. Our generation with social media, as well as access to smartphones and the internet, things like that, we're becoming so educated, so hyper educated on these things, and realizing that, the government and the way that our food is made and all these things, they don't really have our best interest in mind. And so what we have to do is we have to educate ourselves on the things that we're consuming and the things that we're putting on our body. As we were talking about earlier, there's a lot of things that we have in our house that are very unnatural for us and have so many different chemicals. And so it is really cool being a younger person, seeing people get educated on this. And, whenever I was younger in high school and stuff, everyone was like, oh, essential oils, those are for old hippies. Like, okay, whatever, give those to your mom. But today, the younger generation is like seriously getting educated on this stuff. And it's just really cool to see a mindset change. So the 3 categories that I'm going to go over, oils that I use all the time. I'm going to go over a category for traveling, as well as a category for injury and like sore muscles kind of thing. So I do a lot of like skydiving, base jumping. I'm always outdoors. I'm always being active. That can lead to a lot of different minor injuries, soreness, strained muscles, things like that. So the last category I'm going to go into is just everyday oils. So oils that I will just sort of use, like my 3 top favorite oils that I use every day. So we'll go right into it. So for traveling, when we're traveling, the worst way that we want to spend our time is being sick. And the one place you definitely do not want to end up whenever you're traveling is in a hospital. I'd say my number 1 choice of oil whenever I'm traveling is the Thieves Vitality. So basically, Thieves is like the flagship product for Young Living. What I use it for whenever I'm traveling is I will always have little gel capsules with me. So you can take the Thieves Vitality and you can put a couple drops of it in a capsule, and you can actually take it internally. That's just going to kind of help to boost your immune system, as well as just keep away any sort of, nasty things that might come into our body in foreign countries that we're usually not exposed to here in the US. Let's see, my second favorite oil that I always have on me whenever I'm traveling is IMU Power. What I do with this IMU Power is I'll put it on my hands, I'll rub it together, I'll breathe it, as well as put it on the bottoms of my feet. I don't know if anyone's covered this so far, but the bottoms of your feet is basically the area of your body where all of the nerve endings in your body go to. So whenever you're applying oils to the bottom of your feet, what it does is it actually sort of like soaks into your body, and it will bring it to all the different areas of your body in order to boost your immune system. So that's a really great place to put oils, is on the bottoms of your feet. And so my third oil that I always have whenever I'm traveling is Digize. The reason for this is anyone who's ever gone to like a third world country, or even over in Europe, we eat a lot of different things that we're not exposed to here in the US. So our stomachs, whenever we're traveling, a lot of times you're like hypersensitive, in my mind, to the foods that we're eating. It's very easy to kind of get like that upset stomach or like stomach ache sort of feeling. So what I do is I take a Digize Vitality. I'll usually put a couple drops in a gel capsule and take one of those capsules every day or every other day. And if, for example, I go out to dinner and I eat something and I'm really not feeling well, I'll come home and just keep taking those capsules as much as I need until I'm feeling a lot better. You can also take it, rub it on your hands, and just rub it all over your stomach. And for me, that's just been the absolute best go-to oil for whenever I'm just traveling and, I just get some weird feeling in my stomach, like I ate some strange food. So as an athlete, the second group that I'll talk about is injury and sore muscles. So for anybody who's young or just anyone who's athletic or just really moving around in general, we can pull muscles, we can strain muscles, we can have sore muscles from working out, all these different things. Basically, as an athlete, you want to spend the least time injured, you want to have the fastest recovery, and you want to ideally stay away from things like pain medications, things like that. My number one oil for injury and sore muscles, things like that, whenever I'm doing outdoor activities, will be the Cool Azul Pain Relief Cream. So this cream, actually, it's just like a white cream. You put it on your hands and rub it anywhere, like on your knees, on your joints and your ankles, anywhere that's sore or you might have strained, anything like that. It's an awesome pain relief cream. You're going to absolutely love it. It feels kind of like an icy hot. It gets like this really cool hot and cold feeling. I really like how it feels. And I've definitely noticed it helps my recovery time go down. Second thing would be Aroma Seeds. I don't think people talk about this oil a lot, but I've had some pretty incredible experiences with Aroma Seeds whenever it comes to pinched nerves. For example, in my neck, I do a lot of skydives, and sometimes I'll do, anywhere from 5 to 8 skydives in a day. And whenever you're in a skydiving plane, you're smashed in this plane with 20 other people. You're in really uncomfortable positions. And what that does is it just kind of like, it can give you pinched nerves in your neck, in your back, in your legs, wherever it is. I've had really, really incredible experiences with just applying this oil on wherever is really sore or like is kind of pinching or just feels out of place. And within seriously like 10 to 20 minutes, that feeling will completely go away. It's incredible. It's an oil that like not a lot of people talk about, but I have had some seriously amazing experiences with it. And then my third oil would be the Deep Relief Roll-On. This oil is really cool. I think it has a lot of peppermint in it, as well as it's a blend of oils. It's really great because it's in a roll-on. So you basically just take the oil, you can keep it in your pocket or in your backpack if you're traveling. You can just roll it onto your skin. You don't even have to drop it. You can just roll it straight on, rub it in. And that sort of has the same cooling effect as Aroma Seeds or Cool Azul. And it'll just really help with the recovery time of your muscles. So last category will be everyday oils. So I have 3 oils that I will not go without. I use them every day. I use them especially every day whenever I'm traveling. Number 1, peppermint. Wake up in the morning, you smell some peppermint, you put it on your hands, you rub it together, you smell it, you maybe put a drop of it in your water. If you ever put essential oils in a water, make sure it's not a plastic water bottle. You always want to use metal because the essential oils are really, really strong and they can actually eat away at the plastic. So make sure you always use metal if you put it in water. So I'll put peppermint in my water in the mornings, maybe put 1 drop in there. That it's just, if you have 1 whiff of peppermint and you're tired, it seriously wakes you up and gives you energy like you would not believe. The exact opposite of that, lavender. You have to have lavender. I always have to have lavender whenever I'm traveling, when I'm at home. You can put it in a diffuser, you can diffuse it. I put it on the bottoms of my feet. I rub it on my hands, I smell it, put it on the back of my neck. This oil knocks me out like a sleeping pill. It will just put you out. You'll have the best night of sleep you could possibly imagine. And it's just something that I can't go without, especially if you're traveling, because you just want to get good sleep whenever you can. The third thing that I always like to have on me as just every day around the house, or if I'm traveling, is the Ningxia Red. So Terry talked a little bit about this. It's basically just the superfood drink of the world. It's just amazing in so many different ways, and you can just do your own research on the properties of it, and the wolfberry as well as all the essential oils that are in it. Do some research, figure out what exactly it does, how it's good for you. Try some of it, get the samples. You're going to absolutely love it. It's great to have when traveling. It comes in really small packets, so you can actually have it in your carry-on whenever you travel. Especially in the world today with all the crazy stuff going on, you want to be healthy whenever you're traveling. You want to take your Ningxia Red whenever you're in airplanes, as well as using Thieves, different oils like that, because you got to stay healthy whenever you're traveling these days. You do not want to be sick whenever you're off away. And then at home, I always have my big bottle of Ningxia Red. I, just like Mom was saying earlier, probably take a shot or 2 pretty much every single morning or evenings at some point throughout the day. It's just basically good for everything. So to wrap all this up, what I want to say is that essential oils are not just for old people anymore. They are for the younger generation. The susceptibility of younger people to essential oils and alternative health these days is raising every single day. Like, people are looking to get away from the doctor. They don't want to be on their pills. They don't want to be on all these things that are prescribed. Everyone knows, everyone pretty much knows it's bad for you. So we have the best and the highest quality essential oils in the entire world. I mean, that's just not a question. We have the best oils. And so, yeah, I would say as like an athlete and a person who's just always traveling, This is just some of my favorite products. And yeah, you guys for having me on. This is awesome. I love what we're doing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joseph.